It goes to help out a great cause with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and helps them out in their motocross program efforts here.
Off and racing now, Rodney. It is the 65 7-9 Limited. And here we go, already looking at Ryder Dorigo. I believe that was him with the hole shot, the number 55 on that gas machine, making a break for it. Tace Morgan looks like he came across that hole shot line in the number 4 spot. That would put him currently in the overall position. So 1, 2, 4 possibly for Tace Morgan right now, but you know he's not going to be satisfied with that position. Matter of fact, look at this as they work their way. Ryder down right in the middle of the 10 Commandments. 2 riders down right in the middle of the 10 Commandments. Both of them have those machines back up. So here we go, off and through the Storybook Forest right now, making their way back near the waterworks.
Well, right now, Tace Morgan gets a pretty decent start back there in a 4th place position as he tries to work his way up through the packs right now. It's Maddox Timmerman out front of this. Timmerman actually coming into this with a 7 and a 5, and depending on how things shake out here, he's not looking too bad, especially with a front run like this with a top overall score today. A lot of what I think inconsistencies in this 65 7-9 Moto here this year, except for just a handful of those front runners that you see up there. Tace Morgan being one of those as he goes 2-1 as we had pointed out, and the 1-2, and then Elliott Bosher with the 2-1.
Well, that's a mouthful right there, Rodney. But taking a look at the big picture right now, lots of positions for Tace Morgan to give up right now. Lots of positions for him to work with. Sitting in that 4 spot right now, as we said, going to make a move here. Definitely going to pick up the pace here just a bit. But as this one wears on, expect to see some guys start making some moves here as we wear on into the later laps.
Announcers Rodney, Megawatt, Weege, Kevin Kelly, on behalf of Rodney Sachs from Monster, we would like to present you with a Monster swag bag filled with goodies and pretty cool. So I suggest that you all put your names inside so you won't get them mixed up next time you all see each other. So.
Yes, good point. There's 4 bags in here, and Rodney's going to go home with 1 bag absolutely filled, and all the other 3 are going to end up empty. I don't know how Rodney did that.
How do you think I go clothes shopping every year, man? I wear this stuff out all year long, and then I get new clothes every time I come here.
Well, I'm sure. A big thanks to the folks at Monster, right from the CEO,
absolutely.
Rodney Sachs. Yes,
Yep.
He's got 2 priorities. Keep that stock price rising and make sure the announcers right here at Loretta's. Although I will say, you might think, that's hilarious, like the CEO would care. They are a motocross company. That's kind of how they started.
Right.
That's the first thing they identified. They are motocross fans at the top. They're not like, we sponsored this and that. No, they are motocross
First and foremost.
So they're focused on this event. So our thanks to them. A swag bag from Monster for the announcers.
And a reminder, not just Monster Energy, but Monster Hydro as well. You guys need to check that out. New product
I like
line.
that Hydro stuff.
And recommend that to everybody.
Yeah, I got some Hydro stuff over the Macho Mango is what I picked up over at the Monster deck there a few moments ago. Really good stuff. It's a hydrating drink that really helps out a lot. All right, back to the racing again. Thanks to our friends at Monster Energy, our title sponsor, for setting us up with the swag bags up here. It is certainly appreciated. But Maddox Timmerman continuing to lead the 65cc 7 to 9-year-old class. Ryder Dorigo opens up in second. Braden Comerford is third. Jackson Vick in fourth. Tace Morgan in fifth. Gage Brown in sixth. Carson Whitman in seventh. Braxton Mees is eighth. Easton Graves in ninth. Alex Campigli is 10th. And then 11 through 20 after lap 1 was Colt Martin, Brayton Craigelo, Nolan Ford in 13th, Lane Willis in 14th, Braxton Baldock in 15th. Then it was Travis Snyder 16th, Nolan Murphy 17th, Kiki DePino in 18th, Tegan Andrews in 19th, and Tatum Michaels rounding out your top 20. Lap 2 now in the history books for your leader. Maddox Timmerman continues to lead, Megawatt.
Yeah, Maddox Timmerman looking really good. We were talking about that overall. Tace Morgan giving up a spot on that first lap. Was in fourth position, now in fifth. Had 6 or 7 points to work with to start with. Now he's down to about 4 points he really has to bargain with.
Yeah, right now the score's 1-2-5 for Tace Morgan. Puts him in the driver's seat as far as the national championship is concerned. That's a tally of 8. But here's the interesting thing. Remember the name Maddox Timmerman? I said he could be a factor in this one as well, even with a 7-5. And if he got out front, well, look at this, 7-5-1, a 13 score for him. That puts him 5 out from Tace Morgan at the moment. Again, this is all at the moment, but he could be looking at a second place overall position when this is all said and done.
Like Lee Walson, suddenly a factor.
Right, exactly. And again, it's I think a little too early to necessarily just start giving away championship crowns and things of that nature just yet. But at the same time, Tace Morgan does have a little bit of breathing room with the inconsistencies from some of these other riders. And as far as your other rider coming into this, the 53 of Elliott Bosher, that rider we haven't even picked up on yet.
He's sitting in 32nd right now or something like that.
Yeah, so he's like 2-1-32 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So that right there,
his work cut out for him.
It is, and that's a big break for Tace Morgan. So that does give him that little bit of breathing room. Right now, if he were to drop all the way back to 10th place, he could still maintain the championship, I believe.
Yeah, that's a lot of breathing room, but a heartbreaker for Boucher because that guy rode so hard. I told you, you're going to count on him to bring it, and not exactly sure what transpired to move him back to that 32nd position, but 2-1-32. Well, that actually puts him in 11th position right now.
Braden Comerford, Ryder Dorigo, Jackson Vick, and also Tace Morgan, who's trying to work up through the pack and make that gap even bigger. Gage Brown is there with them as well. It's basically a 4-5-man shootout for that second place position as they made their way into lap number 3. Here at the end of lap number 3, Maddox Timmerman continues to lead this one, posting scores at Moto lap times at 2:17.8. as he is on fire. A 2:23 for Braden Comerford coming through. Actually, Gage Brown. Wow, Brown has worked up into a second place position. Braden Comerford drops to 3rd. Jackson Vick in 4th. Ryder Dorigo is 5th. Actually, Braxton Mees in 5th. Tace Morgan drops to 6th. Alec Campigli in 7th. So there is the dangers of these guys riding so closely. They mix them up, but sometimes it don't come out in the favor of the folks that you think it might. But Gage Brown really makes some major gains. Remember, we talked about his 4.4 coming into this one. Right now, Gage Brown is looking at a 4.42. He is in second place. That scores him a total of 10. Tace Morgan sitting currently in 6th place, a 1.26. That's 9. So right now, Gage Brown actually has a mathematical opportunity to win this championship if he can gain one more position or if Tace Morgan loses one more position.
That is absolutely incredible. And when we look at the situation from class to class to class, there are so many scenarios, woulda, coulda, shouldas. Rodney, you just laid the entire scene out there in about 90 seconds while I was stuffing my face with one of those wonderful pickles from our friends down
Benton House Pickles,
the Benton House and our man Corey. Holy cow.
So Maddox Timmerman still out front on this and that. I mean, this kid is just on rails, and it takes sometimes for just give these guys an opportunity to break it loose, and that's exactly what he's done. But Gage Brown, man, impressive ride by him.
Certainly,
he was caught up in that mix of that battle for that second, third place position, all the way back to 7th place. We were looking there at the end of lap number 2 as they came across the line. I mean, that had gotten mixed up so much, and he had moved up to 2nd in that process. So that's a pretty good ride so far for this rider. So we'll be keeping an eye on him. He had 15.6 seconds to make up. Now again, Timmerman in that 2:17 range. The last time around, he turned an even faster lap at 2:17.811 than the previous lap. He slows down to a 2:21 this time. That might be some saving grace for Gage Brown if he can make up a time by getting into the 2:17 range.
Let's see. Gage Brown crossing the finish line right now. Timing and scoring will give us the tail of the tape. Gap last time.
2:19.
Okay.
He gains 2 seconds anyway.
Yep, for sure. Gage Brown, a stellar ride, but like we talked about, that Max Timmerman getting that position, putting himself, using that racecraft,
Look on screen right there. Jackson Vick has been doing this for the last 2 laps. Braden Comerford under all kinds of pressure. Around the billboard they go now. Vick to the inside. Look at that. Oh, I thought he had that pass nailed down.
I did too.
Comerford, though, coming right back on him as they're side by side going into the whole shot forest now.
Hats off to Comerford, because I got to tell you, Vic has been bringing it. I mean, he's been putting the pressure. I'm so excited I got him mixed up by number, but the bottom line is Comerford under attack right now. The number 70 of Vic. Look at him. He's carrying the speed right now. A lot smoother out there. Look at those big bumps on the inside, Rodney, but still able to get in and out just a bit quicker.
Amazing to me how much different this track is today as it was on Tuesday after a day of racing. Look at that, side by side, Vic on the outside now, still inside line advantage for Braden Comerford.
And look at this, he goes outside to outside, crosses up. I knew that inside was deep. Oh, Comerford now all kinds of squirrely, crosses over in front of Vic.
Wow, he was grabbing some horsepower out there in that one as well as he was trying to put some distance between himself and the 70 machine, but right back up on the rear tire of that number 4. He is the 7. Oh, look at that move. That one right there might be the one that's going to seal the deal on this pass. He goes to the inside, coming out of the storyline, now to the outside as they head over the tunnel jump into the Monster Mile. It's going to be a drag race.
Rodney, that was a full power ricochet off of that berm. He never let off, and look at this. Vic now into the Monster Mile. Big huckabuck, does not let off, down into that left-hander. Here we go over the Yamaha Peristyle. Vic now has control of the position.
He has got the spot, and he sealed the deal coming around that Monster Mile there, and now it is Braden Comerford laying chase. Now, what does that mean for this championship at this particular point with Gage Brown making the pass? Or no way, I'm sorry, that was Comerford and Vic. Sorry, Gage Brown still in second. I got a little excited there.
There we go.
So there's still 14 seconds that was separating those. Let's check in with what is going on in that gap. There's Timmerman in. Gage Brown just checked in. Looks like Timmerman back on the throttle there, back down into the 218 range. Brown settling in at a 220, so he's going to hold steady. We'll see what's going on with Tace Morgan at this point. We haven't checked in with the 81 and overall championship point leader in a few moments. We've been watching that battle with Jackson Vick and Braden Comerford for third place. Vic really solidifying that spot now as Comerford drops to fourth. Braxton Mees now in the number 5 spot. Tace Morgan is still in the number 6 spot and still in control of this championship back there in that position. Alex Campigli, the gas number 22 and 7. Nolan Ford is 8th. Brayton Craiglow in 9th. Easton Graves round out the top 10 aboard the number 11.
All right, look at Bosher now, though, back up into the 19th, was sitting in 32nd just a couple laps ago. So how about that? On the move is the number 53 gas machine.
And he's looking at a 2-1 now 14. He just checked in 14th
How about
place.
that, man?
He just moved into the number 5 position, and I'm going to start putting this into reality check here. He is looking at a score of 17 in 14th place position. If he continues to move up to the pack like he is right now, he's only got a few more positions to make up to catch up to Tace. I mean, less than half of what he's had to pass to get to where he is now. If he can catch, this championship could literally come down between those two, battling for a 5th or 6th place position today.
I believe that's very accurate. Look at this clock. 6.5 minutes left, 5 laps in. Man, there's a bunch of racing left.
And a lot of scenarios. Tace Morgan, 1-2-6. Gage Brown, 4-4-2. Jackson Vick, a 6-3-3 now. So actually Vick is a little bit into the hunt of this as well. Timmerman, 7-5-1, 4th overall. Bosher, 2-1-14 at the moment. We still got a ways to go. Like you said, 6 minutes left to go in this one.
Bosher absolutely shoving that gas cash through the ruts. Look at that leg clear up. A minute ago, he got it hung up. I thought, oh no, I thought he was going down. Man, next time around, he puts that leg clear up over top of the gas tank. Not going to get it hung up. Well, he is charging right now.
Bosher, the 53 machine, 14th place is what he started this 6th lap out on. And Maddox Timmerman checking in. Brown in. They're in for 6 now. No changes there. Vick is solid in 3rd. Comerford now 5 seconds back in 4th as we continue to watch the 53, see what kind of gains he can make here on this lap of racing now.
Last time around, 5 seconds quicker than the man ahead of him.
Morgan remaining steady.
Got him in sight now, Rodney.
Morgan, by the way, remaining steady in the number 6 spot, so he still controls the championship from 6th spot. Now, 53 of Elliott Bosher set to make his way into the final turn here at lap number 6 conclusion. We'll assess the situation. It looks like he still maintains a 14th place position, but has gained a lot of ground as he turned a near 8-second faster lap than Carson Whitman, your 13th place rider that last time around as well. He could gain a couple of spots right here, and there's those 2 riders just ahead of him that we were talking about.
And look at his attack position. He is over the bar right now. The elbows are up, centered over that bike. Man, he is on a mission right now. He received the pit board. He knows what time it is.
Elliott Bosher now pushing there from back in the pack. There is your championship contender, the 81 of Tace Morgan, looking at the 1-2-6 as we watch him riding steadily and confidently in that number 6 position. You almost have to think he knows where he is in this championship right now. He's not overriding that bike any whatsoever. I don't want to, but he's not timid at the same time either, and that's the one thing he can't afford to be right now, is timid. If one rider gets around him at this point, that could spell disaster as far as the championship is concerned. It would then lend its hand to Gage Brown to take the overall win with a 4.42 here if he's able to maintain that position.
Yeah, 1 point separating these youngsters. So Maddox still turned to 2:21 right now. Still turning a good lap time, has to do that. Sometimes it's harder to go slow than go fast. You slow up, you lose your rhythm. You double think something. So right now, keep that good steady pace, keep the throttle on. That 2:21 still impressive. Gage Brown to 2:24, but back to Bosher last time around. 2:23 for him, so had a bad lap on 6. Got held up between those 2 riders. Here comes your leader, though.
I believe that's the 81 we're watching right now work through some lap traffic of Tace Morgan. Here we are at the finish line. Yep, that's Morgan. He's trying to get through some of that lap traffic. Tace Morgan, the 81 machine. Alex Campigli. Ooh, Campigli might play spoiler here. He's turned consistently a couple of seconds faster lap than Morgan the last 2 laps. He's down to 2.3 seconds that separate them now. And all of a sudden, Tace Morgan is in a little bit of hot water out here as far as maintaining control of the championship from 6th place.
Well, I can't believe what we're watching here, Rodney. You're doing some quick math and some quick figuring, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I'm seeing some kids right now that don't have the ability to do that. They're racing forward right now, and it doesn't even matter in their heads. They're riding so hard.
All right, let's put this into perspective. Elliott Bosher back there in 12th place. He's riding a 2:22. Picked up 2 more spots. The guys ahead of him, about 3 seconds ahead or so, is Easton Graves on the number 11 in 11th place position. He turned into 2:29. So in theory, 7 seconds faster a lap. He should pass him on this lap. Just ahead of him, another 4.3 seconds in 10th place is Brayton Craiglow. Craiglow that puts him 7. So in theory there, there's a pretty good chance that he might be knocking on the door for 10th place, and that's going to put him closer to challenging for this championship. But man, I tell you, like I said, there's a lot of different factors, a lot of different angles to watch this 65cc 7 to 9-year-old class from right now.
But keep in mind, he was 32nd on lap number 2.
Right.
Okay, lap number 2, the youngster was in 32nd place, and I thought, man, what a heartbreak. He's got some work to do, this and that.
Is this the 81 of, I believe 81 could be under a little pressure out there. Did we see Campigli making that gap up? No, I'm sorry. I thought that there for a moment. Yeah, that is Campigli, but I thought he had reeled in the 81 machine there for a moment, and we were looking at something big going on there as we just picked him up on camera there on our Racer TV feed. So this is down to the wire. Checkers are out on this one as Maddox Timmerman takes the win. Gage Brown takes 2nd, and at the mercy of the rest of the field right now, Jackson Vick will check in the number 3 spot. Braxton Mees in 4th here in this Moto. So Moto gold to Maddox Timmerman. Gage Brown will take the silver. Oh, it's white flag. White flag. So Maddox Timmerman will get their checker this time around, I guess.
There we go.
Sorry about that. I got a little ahead of myself. Wow. Timmerman, Gage Brown, Jackson Vick. So there's still a lot more room. That's another 2+ minutes that we've got for something to shake loose in this 65cc 7 to 9-year-old class for someone, some way.
Look.
All right, I just want to point out. So right there is your. There is what we're watching on on the Racer TV screen. The 81 of Tace Morgan will be your overall champion. Again, still holding back in 6th place. If he can maintain this position, Gage Brown looking at a 4.42 for 10. So if something happens back there for Tace Morgan, if Campaglia is able to make that 2.5 seconds up, they did run nearly identical lap times. Tace Morgan has picked up his pace here on these final laps.
Yeah, Campaglia giving it everything he's got right now. You can tell, you can see the last-ditch effort he's making right now. You can see him pushing with everything he's got on that number 22 machine, and going to maybe run out of real estate here.
Well, Maddox Timmerman leading into this final lap. Gage Brown in 2nd, Jackson Vick in 3rd. The way it looks right now, Vick would be able to score an overall 3rd place position.
Morgan all over Comerford right there.
Wow.
Morgan all over the number 4.
That's going to only solidify that standing even more.
Oh, look at this. He comes way inside, going to head into the Monster Mile. This one far from over, Rodney. Look at this.
You don't want to take any chances through that deep, rough, rugged Monster Mile of sandy sweeper turn out there. 65 cc's closing in as Maddox Timmerman takes a win in this 65 7 to 9-year-old class. I believe that's Checkers S flying for that number 50. He takes Moto gold. Let's see how Gage Brown and Jackson Vick checking in, and of course Tace Morgan, your what could be and likely your champion as they roll toward the final turns here into the Bermuda Triangle.
All right, so as we await your champion to come through, digging it out from way back, we will celebrate a Moto win. Stay right here. Let's hear it from Maddox Timmerman. I'll meet you over here. Points were pretty tough for you in that, but you got to feel good to get the Moto win. Tell me about the race.
Got a good start. I was in 2nd place, and then I kind of just, I passed Bowser and then kind of just took off in the lead and rode my race.
All right, who do you want to thank, Maddox?
Mom, Dad, OGO, Flow Vision, Mika Metals, DT1, Cheap Tear-Offs, Only Creations, Hoosier, Fox, and all the other sponsors I forgot. Thank you.
All right, let's hear from Maddox Timmerman with the gold and the Moto win in the 3rd Moto here in 65. Awesome, Maddox. If we could just clear the stage, we've got another bike we got to bring on up. I think Gage Brown finished up 2nd, and Jackson Vick would be your 2nd and 3rd place finishers. So we got to make it quick because we have a championship to crown as well. So I'm looking for our 2nd and 3rd place finishers to come on up. 2nd and 3rd, come on up. Well, he had a shot at the title as well. He ends up 2nd in the Moto. I think it might be 2nd overall. Also, let's hear it for Gage Brown. Yeah. We're not far from Music City. That's a solid look. Gage, tell me about the Moto. How'd you pull off that 2nd?
I got a 13 place hole shot, and then there's 3 of them, and they all went outside, and Comerford got stuck, and they were all stuck in that same run. I had a good inside and went past all 3 of them.
Who do you want to thank?
Mom and Dad, Bees Moto Lab, JM Racing, Cobra, Wrist Race Guy, Garnet, 7, Tap House, Taylor, everybody else I forgot. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Gage Brown, silver medalist in our final Moto. Thank you, Gage. Jackson Vick, if you want to come on up. All right, good job, Gage. Let's hear it for our bronze medalist, Jackson Vick. And if you folks want to bring the number 81 machine on up, if you want to bring the bike on up, come on, bring it up, and we'll talk to our third place finisher. Let's hear it for Jackson Vick. All right, Jackson, stand right here, so we'll give room for the bike right behind us. How'd that moto go, dude?
Good.
Tell me about it.
Well, got off to an okay start. Went to the outside next corner, passed about 3 kids, and found good lines, and found my flow.
All right. Who do you want to thank? Just gonna get you out of the way of the bike so you don't get hit. All right. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, MCT, Quicks Motor Ranch, Roost MX, Matt Cleveland, Tucker Power Sports, Rocky Mountain. Yeah, everyone else I forgot. Thank you.
All right. Good job. Let's hear it for Jackson Vick. Couple of podiums this week for him. Meanwhile, the battle for the title was crazy. Bauscher had a shot. He had a rough one. We thought it was over for this rider, but he comes all the way back to dig out the title. Doesn't get on the podium in the last moto. It doesn't matter. The math was in his favor. Let's hear it for him. Tace Morgan. Dude, you had to be worried. You were way, way back.
Yeah, I fell over and I thought I had to catch back up. But then my dad and my friend said I had the number 1, so I just chilled down and I got first.
So did you know during the race, or did you only find out after you crossed the finish line that you had it?
No, I figured it out after I fell. Because when I came back around, my dad pointed number 1.
All right. What's this feeling like?
Really good.
What are you going to do to celebrate, Tace?
Spray champagne.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'll let you thank some people. Who do you want to thank for this championship?
My mom, dad, brother, my sister, Let's Ride, Tyler Attray, Wyatt, RMX, Throttle Therapy, my motor builder, II Deck Construction, everybody I forgot. Thank you.
All right, Tace, here it is. Tad from the AMA will present the number 1 plate, hard-earned drama in the third moto, and he comes out on top. Let's hear it for Tace Morgan, your national champion. And just like you said, you're going to celebrate with some champagne. Well, we'll give it to you. Some sparkling cider if the family wants to come up, take some pictures. Is that Ryder Dorigo right there? Here, you have that. Your family can come up. I've got to give out a whole shot award. Ryder, come on up. Stasic Whole Shot Award, 55, Ryder Dorigo. How'd you pull that, buddy?
I just went through the rut and I just pinned it and didn't let off like my dad said.
Ah, exactly. See? Listen to your dad sometimes. It's advice for my own kids. Now, who do you want to thank?
I like to thank my mom and dad, Gas, Shirley Designs, Hope, 100%, Motor X, RJR, DBK, and that's it.
Okay, let's hear it for Ryder Dorigo, your Stasic Whole Shot Award winner.